Hey everyone, excuse the red face. Went surfing yesterday properly for the first time. Spent a couple of hours out in the water and I've got a tan line, hence this top at the moment too, because ah, there we go. Right, I've got some bits left over, so I thought I'd make some, or a tassel, another one. Now, I was having a play around and I've seen some really nice ones with like metal embellishments at the top, and I thought, I haven't got anything like that. So I made some up out of cardboard, and I've done 3 different colours, painted them all with exactly the same silver paint, and then gone over them, and quite a lot of difference to my. You might not be able to see it on the camera. So that's on white cardstock, and it is very, very pale. And then this one is on craft cardstock, so that's the colour inside, and then this one, which is the one I fell in love with, is actually on black cardstock. It looks like proper pewter, so I was dead impressed with that. So I thought, right, that's it. I found my top. What I started out with is, this is a Fisker's Punch, I think, but I don't know the size of it. 1 3/4 diameter, I'm thinking. I've tried it with an inch. An inch is no good, so, well, it is, but it makes a tiny one up, and I found it really fiddly, so I didn't. Right, now I'm not fussed about getting all of it in, because I'm going to cut most of it up, so you can see I've got a gap there. Ooh. Now I only want about half of this, so I'm just going to cut straight across if I can. That's got it. Now I'm just going to bend it around my finger so that when I come to curl it round, it will bend without too much of an issue, so you end up with a little cone. I need to paint it first. There's my proper piece. That's my practice piece. So I've just used Maya Gold in silver because that's the only metallic silver I've got. But I just love the effect. It's like cardboard metal, and I love it. I think it's great. Now, I wasn't too worried about how I was putting it on because it is galvanised metal is rough and it is ready. And so I'm thinking, right, okay. So that's all it needs on there. Oh, put the lid on. Right, now that shouldn't take long to dry. No, there we go, nice and warm. Now I've got these rust effect things, but any earthy brown colour will do the job. I'm using them because I haven't used them before. Right, so it's quite a rough and ready paintbrush. I'm just dipping it in, and then I'm just splodging it round. Now you can do this when it's assembled, in which case it might be a bit easier to do it once it's in the round. So I'm going to just put those bits on. If I zoom in a minute, you can actually see what I've done. So I've got the silver paint on, and then I've just gone in and put a bit of rust effect. That's what I like to call it. Now, because I've wound it around my fingers, it bends quite easily. I'm just marrying up the first the first one, but obviously you'll make it to whatever size you want it. So I'm just going to glue it together. It might take a bit of persuasion to get it to where you want it. Okay. I'm going to hold it together for a moment while I go in and just put some more. I found, because rust is patchy, isn't it? It's not one, oh, it could be, I suppose, depends on the age of your rust, but it doesn't tend to sort of, well, the effect I'm going for is I don't want it to cover everything. So I'm just thinking I'm backing myself into a corner there. Okay. What I did, because I'd already squashed it by mistake, I actually then went in and just creased up each well, I suppose they're petals, aren't they? And it just gave it more, well, it hid my mistake, shall we say. Now I've got a pokey tool, which I just put in the end to give myself a bit of a hole. And that's it. That is your rust effect. That is your rusty cardboard. I'm loving that. I think that's brilliant. Just put the top on this one. No, I've got loads of these bits left. But some of them are really white, and it's like, No, I didn't want to make two longer ones, so I'm going to cut some of these in half, I think. There again, this is what, where aren't we? This is where you cut to the length that you need. I'm just going to go in and put some vintage photo on them, because I've now discovered I quite like grungy looking shabby chic. You can buy ivory of this stuff. This is just this bridal trim. That's okay. And that one. Let's cut this one in half. This is a bit of that dyed seam binding. What I'm doing is I'm laying them out, sort of. This is a bit of that silk trim or silk ribbon. And I just want it to look a bit grubby. Not massively, but just enough. So, and we have some of this crochet trim. There we go. And because I'm probably going to be able to see both sides, that's going to be too long. So I'm going to cut this one in half. And then there's a bit more of that seam binding. That's a different colour again. And this is a bit more crochet trim. I was just trying to find all the thin bits that I got left. Oh, come on. Okay, this one's got a mind of its own. Like the rust, I'm just going in and putting in bits. Okay, we can leave that one as it is and I can trim it after. I think the idea of this, or in my head, how I'm justifying it, is it's making it look like it's been used, it's been handled. But I didn't want it to look like the dog had taken it outside and killed it. Or in my case, cats. Right, I'm thinking that's going to give me quite a nice variation in length. Okay. Now, I appreciate not everybody has access to jewellery wire or that type of thing. I found some fuse wire. So, that's what I'm going to go with. And then I'm going to get it roughly in the middle. I think you can always go in and I'm just going to clamp that with my pliers and just twist. It's easier. Okay. So that is held nice and tight. So I've got my little cap, and I want I did have a play with these, and I made one and it was just too thin. That's much better. Right, I like that. Now I've got some beads to go on the top, but so my beads are quite narrow, so I'm going to cut the one off. Now I know it fits. Push that over the top. I found out some little diamond beads. I don't know what they are. They're just small beads. I also got, so we have a box of beads. I couldn't make my mind up between a pearl or quite an ornate one. And I thought, I don't know, let's give these a go. Oops. Right, trouble is, this one has a habit of going everywhere. Gotcha. Wow. Behaving. And then I was going to finish it off with one of those. Now, depending, I suppose, on... Oh, I haven't got my little... Right, I just need to go and grab my little pliers and then I'll be right back. Okay, right, little pliers. I suppose depending on how you want to hang this. Oh, there we go. Look, how about that for an earring? No? I think it looks like a hook for the earring. I think I'm inclined just to make a loop on the top. Let's just bend that round a bit. So I'm just sort of holding it. I can sort that out in a minute, the shape of it. I need it pushed all the way down so it holds these beads in place. I think what I should have done was tried to have pushed that in there. So I've got the ends, so nobody's going to get hurt on those. And then try and shape that. Now if you're feeling really fancy, you could always put a load more beads up, but to my mind that just finishes off. I'm just going to zoom back out a moment. Oh, and wait. You can see the mess on my desk. And there we have a tassel with I'm loving that metallic bit. I'm going to have to use that. I'm doing a new book at the moment and I've got to find a way of putting that in there, I think. I think that's great. Love it. Right, there we go. Short, sweet, rusty cardstock. What more can I say? Done. Right, till tomorrow. You take care now. Bye.